and welcome. Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome to another episode of Sage's Antique Ukulele Swing Radio Show. I would like to start the day off with an introduction. I have the windows of my apartment open today, which means, of course, that this chihuahua of mine who lives with me is very nervous. Look at this cute little bean. If you are watching on YouTube, you can see a cute little chocolate-colored chihuahua sliding into my lap. So this is where she needs to be for now, for this next segment called Rehearsal, where I bring you into my rehearsal space, which is exciting for me, but also terrifying. I'm going to start off with a song that, if you were here last week, you know already. This is the thing about rehearsal, is that it repeats. So I have a dog in my lap and a ukulele in my hands, and this tune is called Sweet Lorraine. I just found joy, I'm as happy as a baby boy, with another brand new choo-choo toy, when I'm with my sweet Lorraine. A pair of eyes that are brighter than the summer skies. When you're with her, you will realize why I love my sweet Lorraine. I'm so happy when it's raining, I don't miss the sun, for it's in my sweetie smile, and to think that I'm the lucky one who will lead her down the aisle. Each night I pray that nobody steals her heart away. I can't wait until that happy day when I marry sweet Lorraine. I'm so happy when it's raining, I don't miss the sun, for it's in my sweetie smile, and to think that I'm the lucky one who will lead her down the aisle. Each night I pray that nobody steals her heart away. I can't wait until that happy day when I marry sweet Lorraine. When I marry sweet Lorraine. Sweet Lorraine, everyone. A tune by Cliff Burwell from 1928. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I want to move to the side for the video because I have this wall of instruments behind me that when I'm sitting in front of it, it looks like I have little ears. I have little Shrek ears. But if I move to the side, then all of these tiny instruments are revealed on my wall behind me. There's some holes because I have two instruments here with me. One is in the case currently. I'm just navigating over here to my next chart for my next song that I wanted to share with you in the rehearsal room. This one, because I like to keep myself on the edge of utter terror, I suppose, or something. This is I'm Beginning to See the Light. I don't remember exactly when, I think 1944, maybe. I think this is from the 40s, written by a group of 4, including Duke Ellington. There's a lot of chords in this one, which is why I feel a little scared. I'm going to do my best. Let's try. I never cared much for moonlit skies. I never winked back at fireflies. But now that the stars are in your eyes, I'm beginning to see the light. I never went in for afterglow or candlelight on the mistletoe. But now that you turn the lamp down low, I'm beginning to see the light. Used to ramble through the park, shadow boxing in the dark. Now you came and caused a spark. That's a 4-alarm fire now. I never made love by lantern shine. I never saw rainbows in my wine. But now that your lips are burning mine, I'm beginning to see the light. Da 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 ba ba da ba da dum ba da da do ba da bum ba da da da. Used to ramble through the park, shadow boxing in the dark. Then you came and caused a spark. That's a 4-alarm fire now. I never made love by lantern shine. I never saw rainbows in my wine. But now that your lips are burning mine, I'm beginning to see the light. Now that your lips are burning mine, I'm beginning to see the light. Wow. That was a wild ride for me. I had me on the edge of my seat there. I love just feeling like I'm barely holding it together, I suppose, or something. Oh, there's nothing like playing when you're not exactly ready for it to give you a little bit of a high. All right. Okay, cool. Thank you for joining me in my rehearsal room. That concludes the first segment of the show. The next segment of the show is called News, where I share some news about my life. So, my news is I spent the past 2 weeks promoting a ukulele course, and my news is that no one signed up for it. No one at all. I said that very high and very squeaky. No one signed up for my course. No one at all. And am I distraught? I'm so surprised to announce that I am not distraught at this news. I'm absolutely astonished that I am okay. Just a few months ago, I would not have been okay. let's see. I'm feeling so confident. So I realize that the response to the course could be because of many, many reasons that are happening in people's lives, and they have nothing to do with me and nothing to do with my course. And I realize that I still just really believe in my beautiful ukulele class. I taught it before for the first time officially last October. And there are some things that happened a month after October. So I'm not sure if that, in my country of origin, the United States of America, so I'm not sure if that, what has been happening in the subsequent months has had anything to do with the enrollment rates of my current ukulele course. But what I really wanted to say is that I believe in my ukulele class so strongly. It's such a beautiful class. I mean, I could talk about what it is, but I guess that's what I really wanted to share. And then there's like another piece of that I wanted to talk about as well, is that this magical thing has been happening for me really recently, which is that I have been able to share what my actual thoughts are. So if you know me, and if you've been inside my email inbox, you may have had the experience of me sitting on the email for a while before responding. And I've been learning, 36 years old, just learning this relatively recently, that the reason for that, or one of the, but maybe there's more than one reason, but a big reason for that is that I believed for a really long time that I just wasn't allowed to actually share what my real thoughts were. And so the idea of even answering a simple email, it's like, well, I have to come up with an appropriate response because I didn't feel like I was allowed to just say the thing that I believed. And so that made dealing with my email inbox in any way extremely exhausting. Not to mention all the rest of the relationships in my entire life. So that is revolutionary. I sent out an email to my list yesterday with the subject line, "Are you a good liar?" Because what I have realized is that I am not a good liar. I'm not a good liar. I couldn't go into my email list. I couldn't announce to my email list, I'm so excited about the response that I'm getting to this course. I'm so excited about how many people are want to sign up, etc., because it's not true. And if I were to attempt to say that in public, it would be very obvious what's happening. That something would be happening under the surface, and I wouldn't be able to hide it because of the way that my face is. Very expressive and sort of reveals whatever's happening inside of me, whether or not I actually want to share it. And so I'm trying something new, folks. I'm trying just sharing what it is that I'm actually feeling instead of like trying to package it and present it in a way that feels appropriate or palatable. Or like what I'm supposed to do. Ugh. The idea of doing something because I'm supposed to do it just makes me feel ill. Please raise your hand if you feel the same way. I was just talking with my sister on the phone the other day about this and about how in our family of origin, we were not, I mean, even with our parents having the best of intentions and there's lots of love in our family, even with all of that, we were not encouraged to just share our actual experience and talk about what was actually happening with us emotionally. And so that it's been really interesting to learn as adults that you can just tell people what you think and and they're like, okay, cool. You're having this experience of you over there. That's great. That's great. Y'all, I feel so much lighter. It's amazing. I'm just so pleased. I don't have there was some, I'm looking at my notes because I have this, loose outline of what I wanted to talk about today in this episode, in this show. And I'm realizing now that I did, there's a connection here between this part that I was just talking about and this next part that I'm going to, but I'm like, what is the connection exactly? How do I make the transition to talk about it? I guess the transition is that thinking back to my early 20s, when I was 24, I had my last real job. I worked at a restaurant. It was the worst employment situation I had ever had. I was there for 1.5 years. I cried. Excuse me, ukuleles. I didn't mean to bump you. I cried after every single shift that I did for the first 3 to 6 months. The person, my boss, was very type A personality, and she hired a bunch of type A people and then micromanaged us all. And my manager would bring us all into the office at the end of every shift and give us a list of things that we had done wrong that day. This destroyed me. I was there for 1.5 years, feeling tortured and also not feeling like I could speak up for myself. And so I guess the connection is that that's the moment when I decided I am a musician. Now I'm a self-employed musician. I do not work for anyone. This is my last job. This is the end of my gainful employment time. This is it. I cannot deal with this turmoil anymore. And I wonder several things. I wonder if I had then the emotional intelligence that I have now, and if I had had the feeling that I could speak up for myself, that feels still so new and fresh within me today, then if I, number one, would have been able to endure working there for 1.5 years, or if it would have gone much more smoothly because I just would have responded to them completely differently. Those are questions that I have. I also wanted to tell a little story because that was when I was 24, was the same year that I was going to say wrote and recorded. It was maybe not all the songs were written in that year, but the album was definitely recorded when I was 24 in 2012. And I remember I didn't even have internet in my apartment that I was living in at the time. I wasn't paying for internet. So I like went to work, and at the end of my shift, like I remember closing with my friend Rose, and I had my laptop open and I was uploading the album art to the company that pressed my CDs. I like uploaded the album art to CD Baby, to disc makers. I sent it out, and then 1,000 CDs were mailed to me in boxes. It was amazing. Yeah, so I just wanted to share that little tidbit. It's like feels like a turning point in my life somehow. And I feel like there's some kind of turning point happening now as well. There's some kind of like shifting, churning, something good is happening. Something good is happening. Even though nobody signed up for my ukulele class. So this brings us to an episode of An Immigrant's Tale. And in An Immigrant's Tale, I tell the story in a short anecdote of my journey as a white lady from the United States, living in various European countries, and those I hope interesting things that happen along the way. So what happens when you are a white lady immigrant who comes from the United States and who moves to Europe and who does little to no research? Are you seeing a parallel here? There's like in the way that I perform songs, I'm like, oh, this is good enough. Let's go with this. I've done enough preparation. Let's just go. Let's do it. Let's dive in. And we don't have to overthink this. So I do very little research. I have very little background information. I just, go for it, basically. So I've gone for it. I'm living in France. Today is May 1st, le 1er du mai. And I'm a little self-conscious because I'm not even sure about the grammar of that. If it's du mai or premier mai. At any rate, today is a holiday. I went out into the world. Everything is closed. There's some kind of festival, some kind of public event, some kind of party happening. I don't really know what to expect. Some friends of mine who live in the city have invited me to attend it with them this afternoon. Something is happening. I don't know what this holiday is. All I know is that the bakeries are closed, the grocery stores are closed, the shops are closed. I'm sure that I can find something delicious and nourishing in a food stall somewhere. But basically the thing that I want to share, it's going to be a fun time. It's going to be a fun day today. I absolutely know that it is. And if you are the type of person who likes to say, okay, I'm going to buy groceries tomorrow, but you don't know when the public holidays are, the days of the calendar will pass and there will be a holiday and you will not be able to get into the grocery store in the way that you had planned. I had this experience of living in Norway, a bunch of unfamiliar holidays. This experience of living in Germany, a bunch of unfamiliar holidays. And now I get to learn over the course of this year, having just moved to France 3 months ago, what the holidays are here. And, feeling that sense of like, oh, cool, something's happening. People are hanging out with each other. Feeling a little bit separate, a little bit removed from that, but then also the curiosity and the longing for belonging. We've come to the final segment of the program today, which I'm calling plugs. Excuse me, I tapped the microphone. You can get my latest single called Rainy April Afternoon delivered directly to your email inbox. Oh, I do hope you go grab it. The way that you can grab it is by going to sageharrington.com. In the top menu bar, there is a button that says Get Sage's New Song. Click on that, and then you can get the song delivered directly to your email inbox. I hope you listen. I hope you enjoy. And I hope you repeat to your heart's content. Oh, I hope so. And I'll also say that I am indeed a ukulele teacher. I teach private ukulele lessons. I also teach group courses. If you are interested in either of those things, please reach out. Email me, sage@ukuleleswingschool.com. I was also going to give song@sageharrington.com. Use either of those. I probably just should have given one to keep it less confusing. Song@sageharrington.com. Email me at song@sageharrington.com. I would love to hear from you. Just say hi. And I'm using some new tech email tools to deliver the single to you. If for any reason there's any snag and you don't actually end up getting the single in your email inbox, just email me at song@sageharrington.com and I'll get it all squared away. Help me beta test my song delivery system, please. All right. I hope you have a lovely week, and I look forward to joining you again next time on Sage's Antique Ukulele Swing Radio Half Hour. Okay. I'll talk to you later. Bye. This dog is still on my lap, by the way. Okay.